They have been called the most obnoxious and rabid hate group in America by the Southern Poverty Law Center. Now they're targeting 3 college graduation ceremonies in Atlanta. Westboro Baptist Church plans to protest at Spelman College, Morehouse College, and Clark Atlanta University's commencement. They're going to do that at the services this weekend. 11 Alive's Jennifer Bellamy explains why this Kansas-based group is singling out institutions here in Georgia.
Cheryl, Westboro Baptist Church has become notorious for its anti-LGBTQ views and other protests over the years, and now they're targeting our local colleges here in the metro. Morehouse, an all-men's college, recently decided to admit transgender students starting in 2020, and Morehouse's sister school, Spelman, an all-women's institution, made the same decision in 2017, leading to its first transgender graduate last year. As for Clark Atlanta University, Westboro has taken issue with one of its commencement speakers, Dr. Ken Walden, the president of the Gannon Theological Seminary in Atlanta. Westboro demonstrators call him a false prophet. Now, Spelman College's director of public safety released a statement saying they are aware of the planned protest. The school says it's beefing up security and asking anyone to report anything suspicious that they see. Social media reacted swiftly to the hate group's plans to protest at the graduation ceremonies. Many of the comments coming to the same conclusion that Westboro Baptist Church doesn't stand a chance against the school security and the people who will be gathered to see their loved ones graduate. Spelman, Morehouse, and Clark Atlanta's graduation ceremonies are set for May 19th. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms is the commencement speaker for Spelman.